Hey there, gang. Patrick King here. We've got a question today coming from Eddie. Eddie's competing in the ranch horse versatility division with his horse, and he says, I need to work on my extensions. The judge stated that she lost her top line when I extended. So I guess her head went up and she hollowed out her back. How do you get your horse to extend their gait without getting all strung out? So it's a great question, and it's a challenge that we see with a lot of horses and riders, regardless of whether they're riding in the ranch horse divisions or they're riding dressage horses. So Western or English, we see this challenge of a horse lengthening and extending through their gait without losing a top line. So one of the things we want to think about for our horses, again, regardless of discipline, when we're talking about extending, we want to think more about the frame than the gait. It's not just about opening the gait longer and faster. It's about helping the horse to lengthen through the top line so that they can reach farther in their stride. Think extend the stride, not extend the speed, right? Maybe that'll be helpful with our horse in this case. Now, where that's going to come from is going to be two places. One is going to be a soft, understanding connection to our bridle through our hands and through the horse's mouth. The other is going to be the strength in the horse. Our horses are going to be limited somewhat in their ability to extend the frame based on the strength that they have for carrying the rider in that extended frame that they have there. So we want to think about that as well. It's going to be a progressive idea that's the horse is going to get better and better at doing this as they get stronger through the process. So what we want to think about, something I like to think about is that my forearms are connected to my horse's neck, okay? So if I've got a soft connection with my horse and I reach my forearms forward, my horse should think about lengthening in their neck as we do that. If reaching the forearms forward doesn't cause the horse or encourage the horse to lengthen through the neck and through the back, what we want to think about is maybe there's some tension in there or a weakness in there that we need to address first. So that's something we want to take care of. When we're extending through the neck, we want to think about asking for a little bit more energy as we go there so that there's a little more drive from behind, which allows the horse to kind of push through, encouraging more of a reach through the frame. Okay, so again, thinking the extended gait is not just faster, it's farther reaching, and that's going to require more strength through the top line and more strength through the haunches in order to encourage that to happen. So thinking back again, we want to, if our horse is just getting strung out, right, the head's coming up, the back's hollowing, the hocks are getting left behind, generally that's because the rider pushes too much rein away, basically just throwing the reins away. Or it can be that the horse is just tight through the top line and they haven't yet understood how to relax. So we want to think about those two pieces. Help the horse relax through the top line so that they seek that connection to the bridle. And then when we encourage the lengthening of the neck, encourage it somewhat incrementally. If we go too much, too fast, the horses generally, as Eddie's talking about with his horse, will almost kind of come up like, hey, where'd you go? Right? If we just throw away the contact, the horse is going to come looking for us saying, man, dude, what'd you do? You left me out to dry. So we want to think, encourage progressively, right? Incrementally. And as the horse gets stronger, then maybe they can get there sooner. But particularly for a horse that is having this challenge, we want to think about going slower in smaller bites, increasing the length of that, thinking about lengthening the neck, encouraging the back to lengthen as well, and the haunches to come through for us. So that's going to be an easier answer if we're riding a horse than it is to just sit here in a hotel room and talk about it. But hopefully for anybody out there listening, and specifically Eddie, for you and your mare, hopefully that's going to be helpful in figuring out your extensions. Another piece that you want to think about with that, it's going to be about 10,000 transitions in every ride, right? Changes within the gait, that's going to be important there, changes within the gait, and changes between gaits. Thinking about maintaining that that soft connection and softness and engagement through the top line. It's going to be super important. So again, hopefully this is helpful to anybody out there who might be having troubles with the extension of your horse without getting them strung out, upside down, whatever you want to call that, when they're not reaching through the top line and coming through in that extended frame like what we're hoping to do. So if you found this helpful, please give us a like, a share, a comment, something like that. If you've got some friends that maybe could use this advice, please feel free, tag them in the comment section below or share this video directly with them. And don't forget, gang, feel free, submit your questions, put them in the comment section here below, send them to us in an email, send them in a direct message here to us on Facebook. You keep asking questions, I'll keep talking about horses. Thanks, gang.